There's a moment when you're standing in front of something genuinely extraordinary, when your brain goes quiet. No thoughts, no words, just the weight of what you're seeing. I have traveled across Nigeria. I have seen the beaches of Akwa Ibom, the ancient cities of the north, the chaos and brilliance of Lagos, but nothing in Nigeria prepared me for Cross River. This state looks like it was designed by someone who had never been told what Africa was supposed to look like. Cross River State sits in the southeastern corner of Nigeria, sharing its eastern border with Cameroon. Its capital is Calabar, a city with one of the most distinctive identities of any in Nigeria. And between Calabar in the south and the highlands of Obanliku in the north, you will find a concentration of natural and cultural wonders that most Nigerians have never seen. Today we are going to 5 of them. Each one is extraordinary. Together, they tell a story about a state that has quietly, without fanfare and without enough attention, been one of the most remarkable places on this continent for centuries. We begin about 17 kilometers from the town of Igom, near Nigeria's border with Cameroon. Here, a river that has been carving its path through this landscape for thousands of years suddenly runs out of ground. And it falls 7 times. Akwa Ibom Waterfalls is not one waterfall. It is 7 separate streams, each one cascading over a different section of a steep cliff face, all of them falling simultaneously into the same lush valley below. The result is not a single dramatic plunge, it is a sustained visual spectacle, a wall of moving water and mist that you can hear long before you see it. What strikes you first is the scale, and then, immediately after, the greenery. Akwa Ibom sits inside a valley so densely vegetated, so completely untouched by development, that standing there feels genuinely prehistoric. You are watching a waterfall in a forest that has been a forest for longer than Nigeria has been a country. The falls are located at the edge of the Cross River National Park, one of the last strongholds of the Nigerian rainforest, a forest that once covered much of West Africa and now survives most fully right here. Akwa Ibom is not the most famous waterfall in Nigeria. That might be its most important quality. Now we go deeper into the forest, into a sanctuary that is protecting something the world is running out of. Afi Mountain Wildlife Sanctuary. This reserve in the highlands of Cross River State is home to some of the rarest animals anywhere on Earth. The Cross River gorilla, a subspecies so endangered that fewer than 300 are believed to still exist in the wild, is found here. So are drill monkeys, chimpanzees, and over 200 species of birds. But you do not have to be a wildlife expert to feel the weight of Afi Mountain. The canopy walkway alone, one of the longest in Africa, offers a perspective on the forest that changes how you see it entirely. Standing 30 meters above the ground, surrounded by treetops in every direction, you understand for the first time what it means to be inside a forest rather than simply near one. The conservation team at Afi is doing extraordinary work. In a country where wildlife is often treated as a secondary concern, the scientists and rangers here are protecting species that exist nowhere else on Earth. Visiting Afi Mountain is not just tourism, it is an act of witnessing, of saying, I see what you are protecting, and it matters. Of everything we are going to show you today, this is the thing that will stay with you the longest. The Igom monoliths. Scattered across 32 sites in the Igom area of Cross River State, these volcanic stone carvings are between 2,000 and 4,500 years old. They are called Akwanchi, meaning the dead ones in the ground in the local Nam language, and despite being studied by archaeologists for over a century, nobody has definitively explained who made them, how they were made, or precisely what they were made for. The carvings are extraordinary. Each monolith has a distinct face, eyes, nose, and a circular mouth carved directly into volcanic stone. Some have geometric patterns covering their entire surface. Some have what appear to be representations of umbilical cords, possibly marking lineage. All of them are different. All of them are watching you. What makes the Ibom monoliths especially remarkable is their context. In Europe or South America, a site like this would be fenced, ticketed, and internationally famous. Here, they sit in open fields in a quiet part of Cross River, largely known only to archaeologists and the local communities who have protected them for generations. Nigeria has mysteries that the world hasn't discovered yet. The Ibom monoliths are one of them. And then we climb. Obudu Mountain Resort sits at an altitude of nearly 1,600 meters in the Obanliku highlands of Cross River State. The temperature here averages between 12 and 22 degrees Celsius. In Nigeria, in the tropics, in a country most of the world assumes is uninterruptedly hot. Obudu is without question one of the most unexpected places in all of West Africa. The resort offers cable car rides across a valley so deep the bottom disappears into mist, canopy walkways through highland forest, hiking trails, a water park, cattle ranch, and views from the plateau edge that extend across what appears to be the entire continent. What makes Obudu special is not the resort itself, though the resort is beautiful. It's the feeling of being somewhere impossible. The feeling that Nigeria, once again, has surprised you completely. That the country you thought you understood has produced something you had no framework for. At Obudu, Nigeria stops being what you expected. It becomes something much larger. We end in Calabar, and Calabar deserves a full video of its own, which is coming. But for now, let me give you just enough to understand why this city is different. Calabar is the capital of Cross River State. It sits where the Calabar and Great Gwa rivers meet before flowing into the Atlantic. It's one of Nigeria's oldest cities. It was a major trading port for the British centuries before Lagos became dominant. And it has a reputation amongst Nigerians that is hard to explain to an outsider. Calabar is considered across the country to simply be one of the most livable, cleanest, and most beautiful cities in Nigeria. The streets have trees, the pace is unhurried, the food is extraordinary. There's a warmth to Calabar and to Cross Rivians in general that you feel within hours of arriving. And every December, Calabar transforms. The Calabar Carnival, Africa's biggest street party. Launched in 2004, the carnival has grown into a month-long celebration that draws visitors from across Nigeria and across the world. 5 competing bands, each with thousands of costumed performers, parade through the streets in a spectacle of color, music, and choreography that has no equivalent in West Africa. The 2025 edition ran 32 days, featured over 60 major events, and drew international viewership in the billions. For a state that is already extraordinary in its natural beauty and cultural history, the Calabar Carnival is almost an unfair addition. Cross River already had everything, and then it invented Africa's largest party. I said at the beginning that Cross River looks like a different planet. I want to be precise about what I meant. I didn't mean it looks foreign. I didn't mean it looks un-Nigerian. I meant it looks like a version of Nigeria that the world and many Nigerians have not yet been allowed to imagine. A Nigeria with ancient stone mysteries in its fields, with mountains that rise above the clouds, with a forest that holds species found nowhere else on Earth, with a city that parties so beautifully the entire continent shows up to watch. Cross River State is not a secret because it lacks significance. It is a secret because not enough people have told the story properly. Until now.